They say not all heroes wear capes, but in Atlanta, ski masks?
You're mad.
No, you cannot take this off, ma'am.
They call themselves the Boot Girls, and they got the keys, the boot keys.
Almost all the boots in Atlanta.
They swoop in and take off your boot for the low.
We will do over 20 a day.
And as they go viral on TikTok, police are now on their heels. But they're telling the Shade Room, catch me if you can. I'm Justin Carter, this is TSR Investigates. Atlanta is gonna Atlanta, and the Boot Girls are a prime example. Their car was constantly getting booted in their upscale Buckhead neighborhood, so they found a man online who was selling boot keys to people to remove them. Now, in the city of Atlanta, it is legal to buy and sell a boot key, but according to Atlanta police, it is illegal to use it to remove the boot. Nonetheless, though, the three of them together have enterprised a big business, a business that has generated tens of thousands of dollars in revenue, but also has them looking over their shoulder.
You can't do it.
You can't
do it, man.
It's a risky job.
It's legal, like,
It's not.
yes it is.
It's not legal.
Hey, I'm gonna beat your ass on my mama.
But the Boot Girls are doing it, going toe-to-toe with private parking lot employees, some of them grown men.
You touch my f***ing friend, I'ma whip your ass. You a grown man. Say, somebody record this. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
How many boots are you guys removing per day? I mean, what is business like?
We will do over 20 a day.
For a flat fee of $50. And is that scary to see some of these parking lot managers or business owners kind of approach you, these men?
Yeah, when they chase us
yeah.
down the way they do, yeah.
You don't expect no one to chase us down for anything.
Yeah, we got our backs turned and we're looking, trying to take off someone's boots. So a 200-pound man come from behind. It's like, excuse me.
What is it about hiding your identity that was so important?
We just know a lot of people in the city, so it was best to just conceal our identity.
They say what private parking lot companies are doing is predatory, charging $75 a day for people who are either late returning their vehicles or don't pay at all.
We feel like it's really expensive and a lot of people can't afford it.
Christian Verrett is the mastermind behind it all. Who gave you this idea? Like, how did you even figure this out?
I got boot and did some research, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I could make this key.
He says about a year ago, he figured it all out, that Atlanta parking companies use 4 different types of boots.
So I took some of this money and I invested in some machinery, and now I'm actually just cutting them myself. In the last week, I did over $50,000 in sales, which is approximately about 1,200 individual keys.
What do you say to those people that are like, yo, these people are parking illegally and they deserve this?
It comes off as extortion in a sense, that you're just going to trap somebody, hold somebody hostage in exchange for a high fee. And that just doesn't seem just. I'm okay with a ticket, maybe a $25 ticket, a $40 ticket, something maybe twice the price of what it would have cost if you would have just paid the parking initially.
But Atlanta police says that some of what they're doing is against the law. In a statement, quote, while owning a boot key is not illegal, if you use a boot key to modify, tamper, or disengage a booting device from a vehicle, you can be charged with criminal trespass, theft of services, theft by taking, and damage to property in the second degree. But you are aware, though, that it is against the law and you don't care.
Well, when you say it that way.
Yeah.
It's not against the law, says Daniel Nagel, a former Atlanta area prosecutor who's now a defense attorney.
And there's no case law that I could find that speaks to this issue would indicate that they are committing any crime.
He says that calling this a crime is a stretch, and police know it.
I've discussed this with law enforcement. I've discussed this with criminal defense appeal attorneys, and based on my reading of the statute, I don't think that any of those laws apply. Typically, for criminal trespass, there has to be either interference with the use of or damage to the property. And as it relates to the theft of services, again, what service is the boot providing?
On a possible criminal damage charge,
in order to commit criminal damage, you have to damage the property and the damage be more than $500. Again, they're using a key, it fits, it's not interfering with the use of the boot, they can redo it. if they want to. If you have a heart attack or you have a family member that is sick, or there's an emergency and your car is booted, somebody may die. And then what's going to happen?
Because we don't take their boots, damage their boots.
Nothing.
It's still your property at the end of the day. We're not.
It's right where you left it.
It's right where we left it, right there where you put it on it.
We're not going to stop because we know what we're doing is right.
Atlanta police also said in a statement, quote, that the owners of these businesses are authorized to either boot or tow vehicles that violate the terms of their private parking areas through independent contracts. The Atlanta Police Department does not intervene between motorists and private business owners when vehicles are booted in violation unless a criminal matter arises. Now, there has been a fight to ban the boot in Atlanta for years now. There's a state senator that is introducing legislation that would ban the practice altogether because, unlike towing, there are few state laws that regulate how these businesses operate. Now, we did reach out to those booting companies in question. We're still waiting to hear back. In the meantime, we do want to point out that the Shade Room does not condone any illegal activity. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter. Hello, roommates, and thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Do you want more TSR Investigates? Be sure to subscribe and check us out at theshaderoom.com.